CNN, E. coli mystery solved. Ground beef is the source of outbreak, CDC says. And Forbes also did something on it too. Over here, Forbes, how ground beef is the suspected cause of the E. coli outbreak. Ill people in this outbreak report eating ground beef at home and in restaurants, the CDC said in its outbreak update. No single supplier, distributor, or brand has been identified as the source of the outbreak. Therefore, no recall has been issued, and the CDC is not recommending that consumers avoid ground beef at this time or that restaurants stop serving it. Illnesses are now being reported in 6 states: Georgia, Kentucky, Ohio, Tennessee, Virginia, and Indiana. Keep eating ground beef, then, I guess.
Use your meat thermometers.
Keep it up, yep, and use those thermometers.
Cook it to, I think they say 160.
Maybe. Check. Type it into Google. Not you. Everybody else who's listening. All right, next story. One of our friends in chat actually clued us in on this one. If you have something you'd like us to look into, or you're researching something health-related yourself, you'd like to present the information, ask at healthytalkshow.com. Get a hold of us. If you know us, get a hold of us. We like talking to people. We want to bring other people on the show and want to expand our minds.
Yeah.
New York Times. What you need to know about Candida Auris. New York Times, in a mysterious infection spanning the globe in a climate of secrecy. USA Today, the superbug is a serious global health threat. Here's what you need to know. CDC, general information about Candida Auris. I have some videos if you'd like to take a look. Drug-resistant superbug in New York's NBC, New York.
Yo, listen, it's hard to identify and hard to treat. Still, doctors say it is spreading very rapidly. Doctors here at Nassau University Medical Center say we need to get this under control before it's too late. It's
a little dramatic.
A deadly drug-resistant fungal infection called Candida Auris. The strain of fungus can cause infections in your bloodstream, ears, and any wounds. According to the Center for Disease Control, the fungus is becoming more common. There have been 587 cases across the country, and 414 have come from the tri-state area. New York leads all states with 300.
Okay, make note, everybody.
Yeah, don't go there.
Well,
109 cases of the fungus. With 104 cases, New Jersey comes in as number 3, right behind Illinois.
Okay.
Trying to identify people coming in with it and then being very aggressive once it's identified in containing that infection and limiting spread.
However, the fungus is hard to identify because testing must be done in a specialized laboratory.
Cool.
Not, I think more it has to be grown and then they have to identify it by eye. So it just takes a while.
Who is it a concern for?
It is going to be a concern, particularly for the groups of persons that are at risk to have serious invasive infections. And those tend to be people who've been hospitalized, who have other comorbidities like diabetes, immunosuppression, malignancies.
So the big question now, what can we be doing to prevent this? Doctor says 3 things. Number 1, wash your hands often. Number 2, don't overuse any antibiotics. And number 3, keep the environment clean. For now.
It's good advice across the board.
But of course, the problem with the Candida auris is just how invasive it is.
Yeah. And I have a little bit. Candida auris is a fungus that, when it gets into the bloodstream, can cause dangerous infections that can be life-threatening. Scientists first identified it in 2009 in a patient in Japan. It is often resistant to major antifungal drugs that are typically used to treat such infections. The CDC says that more than 90% of infections are resistant to at least one such drug, while 30% have resistance to 2 or more major drugs. Once a germ is present, it is hard to eradicate from a facility. Some hospitals have to bring in special cleaning equipment and even rip out floor and ceiling tiles to get rid of it. So it's persistent. Yeah, it's persistent.
Yeah, that's insane that they have to rip out the tiles. They can't just bleach this down.
It reminds me of that. I should have pulled a clip from the Mario Brothers movie, the fungus that's taking over the whole city. Everybody, if you've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. Sorry, I did not bring a clip. I'm so sorry. I'm a horrible person.
Also, for what it's worth, I think the number of measles cases is almost the same as the number of Candida auris cases. Because they're both around 500.
Oh, so is it a state of emergency?
I don't know.
Do we need to get the flamethrowers out and destroy this fungus that's spreading across the city and taking over New York?
I think measles is at least easier to treat than this thing. You have to burn your house down to get Candida
I know,
auris.
exactly.
But yeah, it's kind of scary. But
Yeah.
it is only affecting at least the immunocompromised, I believe.
Yep. And we'll see. It's developing. I'm sure we'll follow up and we'll get some more reports if it starts to spread more. Thank you so much for watching. For more content like this, please check out our podcast over at healthytalkshow.com/subscribe. We're live Mondays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time over at healthytalkshow.com/live. Love and light.